I will solve problem number 1.236 for you. Now, a force F1 is equal to AJ is applied to a point whose radius vector R1 is AI. This is the radius vector of F1. While a force F2, which is equal to BI, is applied to a point whose radius vector R2 is BJ. Both radius vector are determined relative to origin of coordinate O. I and J are unit vector, X and Y are axis along the axis X and Y. A, B, capital AB are constant, arm length L of the resultant force. Now, once again, let's try to understand how these forces are applied. Force F1 is applied like this. It's at R1 I cap. This is A comma 0, and force F1 is AJ. This is force F1 is equal to AJ, and it's applied at this point P1, which is at A comma 0. And this force F2, this force F2, which is BI, and it's applied at this point P2, which is having coordinate 0 comma B. In this case, we have got two different forces applied at two different points. Now, we need to determine the arm length. Arm length determine करने के लिए पहले हमें मोमेंट ऑफ फोर्स निकालना पड़ेगा, मतलब टॉर्क निकालना पड़ेगा. दो अलग अलग फोर्सेस की वजह से जो टॉर्क निकाला जाएगा, विल से दोनों फोर्सेस के लिए हम टॉर्क अलग अलग निकालेंगे और टॉर्क को ऐड करेंगे. दिस N1 is R1 cross F1, N2 is R2 cross F2. When two forces are acting at two different points, then the torque would be calculated separately, determined separately, and then the torque would be added. This normal reaction or this moment of force N or torque would be R1 cross F1. R1 is AI cap cross A J cap. This is R1 cross F1. Then plus R2 cross F2. R2 is BJ cap cross F2 is BI cap. So this would give me N is A into A, I cross J is plus K, plus B into B, J cross I is minus K, or this is AA minus BB into K cap. And mod of this moment is AA minus BB. There is a mod. Now, that asks for the arm length. How do you define arm length? Arm length is defined as mod of force into arm length L. Arm length L is equal to the mod of torque. Now, what is the mod of force? The force are perpendicular. So, mod of force is under root of F1 square, F2 square into L is mod of. So, F1 square is under root of A square plus B square into arm length L is AA minus BB. So, arm length L would be given by AA minus BB upon under root of A square plus B square, and this is the answer. In previous situation, we have got a single force acting at a point. When a single force acting at a point, we can calculate torque. But when in this situation we have got two forces acting at two different points. When we have got two different forces acting at two different points, we determine torque separately by the two forces, and then we add the torque to get the overall torque or to get overall moment of force. And this is how we determine moment of force. Here k cap is unit vector along z axis. There is the magnitude of moment of force, and this is the definition of arm length, and we determine the arm length. Please note it. Now, I will solve problem number 1.235 for you. Let's read the problem statement. The force equal to AI cap plus BJ cap is applied to a point whose radius vector to origin of coordinate is equal to AI cap plus B J cap, where AB and AB, small ab and capital AB are constant, Ij are unit vectors of x and y axis. Find moment n and arm length L for the force related to point O with respect to O. Now, let's try to understand the problem. We have got this coordinate axis xy, this origin O, this is some point P, and this is the radius vector of point P. This is A and this is B, and we have got some force F acting on it. Now, arm length. So, first of all, moment of force. Moment of force N is defined as R cross F. This moment of force N would be defined as, for R I will write AI cap plus BJ cap cross AI cap plus BJ cap. We know how to solve this. हम इसे डिटरमिनेंट्स के फॉर्म में लिख देंगे. I cap, J cap and K cap. R के लिए A, B 0 और फोर्स के लिए A, B 0. So, vector N would be this 0, K, AB minus BA into K cap. This is answer to the first part. The answer to the first part. This is moment of force or torque about origin. Moment of force or torque about origin. Now, they had asked arm length. Now, what do you mean by arm length? Arm length is at what distance the same force must be applied so that it would give the same torque. हम कहेंगे in order to determine arm length, we'll say mod of force into arm length L must give us the same magnitude of torque. Mod of force is, this is under root of a square plus b square. Mod of force into arm length L must give us the same magnitude of torque. A, B, B, A. Here it seems it must be A. B into A. So, arm length L, would be equal to AB minus BA upon under root of A square plus B square. This is the arm length and these are the answers. This is the first answer and this is the answer to the second part. Please note it down.